This one's called Outlaw.
What's in the house?
Why don't we do it? Hey, welcome to the Corpsepaint Show.
It's April 30th, Walpurgis night.
And we welcome Why Wouldn't We Radio.
Yeah.
We talk punk with Glenn from Chron Gen.
We talk about music.
We ask irreverent questions like,
Do demons smell bad?
We go retro and play a random tape.
Plus, can you read that?
Plus leeches.
Plus leeches.
Leeches.
On the
Love
show
leeches.
tonight.
Awesome.
We bring leeches to
I
you.
like leeches.
Welcome to the Corpsepaint Show. We got Why Wouldn't We Radio here. Thank you, guys.
Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Love
So
it.
exciting.
No,
Rome, Ashley, Ike, you're making the power go out. Look at you.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, I'm so
I'll
sorry.
do it. I'll do it
People
for
call
you.
me Jerome. It's fine.
Jerry. He answers to Jerry.
Well, I did Ancestry.com. I did come back, well, 1% African. Works. Fine. Completely fine with it. It's fact.
Jeremy, I apologize.
It happens.
And you know,
Happens with substitute teachers when I was in school. It's good.
Why Wouldn't We Radio here in the studio? You guys do a great show on Thursday night, man.
We try.
Thank you.
We will have time to talk about that. We will.
We will.
And all your funny stuff, and especially the UFO guy who I just am on the floor the whole time.
We love him.
No, we'll be happy to break it down and get into this as you're ready.
All right.
Man, it's Mr. Paint.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Slap on some paint.
Can I call you Corpse?
Yes.
Or do you prefer Mr. Paint?
You should probably mispronounce it because I'm owed
That
one.
was for me.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Yeah, you get me, man. Corpsey.
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 See, I wanted to call you that, so I'll
She
call you.
suggested Corpsey.
Of course you did.
I'll wear my. You got to wear your mask the whole show for this show.
Oh, that is awesome.
I feel at home in here, bro. This is cool.
Yeah, it
this
is.
is very cool.
I like the setup.
I like my baby. I got a designated baby.
You did, yeah. This is our basement, as we call it.
The basement.
This is normally your studio.
This is.
It is.
Yeah.
Look, there's a fun fact for the audience. This is normally the Why Wouldn't We Radio studio, but we're making some changes here at Vocal. Making some positive changes. Let's put that spin on it. I hope it's accommodating. It's a little bit of a tighter fit for you than what the space you normally have.
I like having a lot of room, but it's good. It's good.
Hey, no, it's you got all of your
packed.
got a leg. I'm going to need you to explain this drum to me.
Okay, well,
We have theories.
all right. So you're going to be, Jeremy, all you guys are going to be banging on the drum tonight. So
Okay.
whenever we make, Ashley, you too, whenever we make a funny point, an interesting point, or a crazy statement.
Why did you
Just
include
give it-
Ashley then? Because there's a reason the drum is placed between Ike and I. And then
Because I'm feeling tribal, and that's what we do. We beat on things.
nice.
Beat on
okay.
things. That's good. That's good. I got the leg here, so
I
we'll
got a
have fun.
skeleton, so I'm
It's gonna be
good.
nice.
Now, all right, let's bring on our guest because he's over in the UK. It's very late at night.
Yes.
So we're going to bring on Glenn from Chron Gen
Okay.
Excited
and
to
talk for
to
a minute.
Glenn.
This is a cool punk band. They're playing in Dallas, July 1st.
Ooh.
Close to Freedom Day.
We want to make sure we get him on video there too. So,
Yeah, Chron Gen.
Hello.
hello, Glenn.
Hiya, Jay.
Yes, I'm doing
Give us
great.
just a sec, mate.
All right,
I've got
sure.
Jojo, the drummer, with us here.
Jojo,
JJ,
JJ. Oh, good. Okay.
give us a second,
Sure.
Jay. Hold on. Where's the volume on this thing? Get the volume up loud.
And hit video.
What do I need? Skype, camera. Got us?
Nope, not yet. Hit video. Hit that video button.
Hold on. Let's go to Skype.
Okay.
We're now live. What does that mean?
I'll ask Ziggy to go back to track 6 for a second there.
How's that?
There we go. All right.
Can you give us 30 seconds, Jay? I
Yes.
just need to
Sure.
go to the loo,
Yes.
the bathroom.
So,
How you doing, chat?
hello, is that JJ?
It is. How you doing?
Oh,
All right.
great. Hey, look, let me tell you, we're glad that Chron Gen is out again on tour, and you're coming to Dallas on July 1st. You're going to be playing in Deep Ellum, as I call it, the entertainment capital of Texas. There's a lot of clubs.
We'll take your word for that.
Yes, you'll love it. There's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of tacos because it's Texas, and there's a lot of art and a lot of bars and a lot of tattoo shops. So
it sounds cool.
all right, so look, we're playing as a bet underneath some Chron Gen from the 1996. I think it's the Holidays in the Sun Festival.
Yeah.
But I know you guys. The new album. You have the new album out. This is the age, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I really like it. I like all the sound on it, and the video we've been playing here a lot is of course the one that is, and now I'm drawing a blank on the song name.
Jump.
Yeah, Jump. Of course, Jump.
Yeah.
Cool video, and it looks to me like you guys like American cars, and I'm thinking to myself, this was filmed in the UK, right?
Yeah.
But you,
Yeah.
But you had an American, 1957 Chevy or something like that?
You got it.
It was.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's a friend of ours. We wanted that sort of feel in the video. It was a friend of ours put in touch with the guy who owns that car.
Yeah.
And he was just really happy to bring it along and let us drive around in it. He was very brave.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hey, it feels different driving with the steering wheel on the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not just that. It's just having the steering wheel in one hand and this like hydraulic thing where you can raise each wheel up and lower it and stuff to go around corners. That was a bit weird and challenging, but yeah.
Man, we're glad Chron Gen is back. I've got 3 other guys in the studio here. They do a show on our network called Why Wouldn't We Radio. And Chron Gen is short for Chronic Generation. We just call him Chron Gen. And I got to tell you a story. When I was a wee lad, I was lucky enough to see you guys on the Apocalypse Now tour in London. Found myself in London, and there you are up there with Discharge and with the Exploited, and I hate to reminisce too much in the world of punk because I like your new stuff. But I guess every once in a while we do have to reminisce.
Absolutely.
That was a long time ago. That was 1981.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got a question for Glenn, if I may.
Yes, go ahead.
Glenn, hey, my name's Ike. I'm with Why Wouldn't We Radio. Quick question for you, brother. I'm just curious. You've had a long-standing career here. Very, very impressive. And what I would like to know is, from your perspective, what is the key difference between the music scene in the UK and the music scene here in the US? What's the primary thing that you've noticed?
Well, we did. We came out there last year. We actually came out for a holiday, but some friends of ours in the Generators asked if we want to do a few gigs, which we did, and we were so glad we did. The key difference for us is just so fresh. It still is so fresh. And Dougie of the Generators said that when we came out there in '82, it was probably a little bit early. And things were taking off just after that around the punk and the new wave scene. We loved it nonetheless. It was great getting out there. But boy, did we notice it last year when we were out there. There's a lot of enthusiasm in young people. The average age in the shows that we did was probably between 20 and 25.
Yeah.
Just so enthusiastic. I mean, if we're talking about the punk scene, we still do quite a few gigs in the UK in the punk scene, and it's not like that. It's more like the same people have sort of come along with it, they've grown up with it, and there's just not the sort of numbers of young people coming into the scene that you seem to have out there. Certainly from what we saw in California.
Yeah, and see, so Chron Gen could be bigger now than you ever were. You could, and that's what this show is about. I have a feeling that Chron Gen's best years are in front of them. You guys, that song "Jump" is a great song, and I know that will convey well live. And we do have an energetic punk fan base here in Dallas, in Texas, and in the U.S. And man, we're glad to have, especially when there's a first wave, second wave punk band from the U.K. coming through. I think you will have a good crowd, energetic crowd, and we're just glad you're coming back. The date in Dallas for you guys is July 1st, and the club is called 3 Links. It's in Deep Ellum in the heart of Dallas, and it'll be great. It'll be great to see you guys on stage.
We can't wait.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
We really can't wait, and thank you for those words.
Just a quick note to you guys. I love your voices. Y'all have wonderful, beautiful voices.
What, sorry?
I love your voices. This is Ashley of Why Wouldn't We Radio.
She likes your voice and perhaps your accents.
Definitely the accents. Definitely. It works in the U.S. here. So.
Love yours too.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
We decorate our studio here. I know you cannot see it, but we got the British flag prominently displayed right behind Jeremy there. And man, we give salutes to you guys. Just bringing the UK. That's the authentic UK punk.
Yes.
From Chron Gen here in Dallas on July 1st. Yes.
Yeah, we are so looking forward to it. I mean, it's just. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long, long time. We played Dallas years ago, didn't we? 1982, I think.
The Hot Club.
Yeah, a place called the Hot Club.
I remember it. Yes, I remember it.
And that was the last time we were there. So, yeah, we can't wait. We're amazed that, obviously that there's still a bit of interest in us and that, people want us to come over and play, and we just can't wait.
There definitely is interest, guys, and it's not just, it's not just that it's the British accent. It's that you make great music, and you have a catalog of great music, and and Americans, I think, just want to show their respect for that authentic UK punk. I like you guys a lot, man. I remember hearing, and later I learned it was a cover. Okay, but I remember hearing "Living Next Door to Alice." And,
oh dear!
Oh my gosh! And only later I realized it was a cover version, but it doesn't matter. That's a great song. You guys do it justice, and you bring the punk energy to it. And I always just remember all kinds of fantasies going through my young, horny, head, like living next door to Alice.
They switch off now at this point.
There is a lady here to break the ice here, so.
Yeah, you behave yourself, Jay. but yeah, actually, Dallas, that's our last gig on the tour. So yeah, that'll be our last night out there. So let's hope it's a night to send us off with.
Yeah, good. Well, let me buy you some Texas barbecue or a taco or a beverage of your choice at the bar. And if it falls on a weekend and you can come in the studio, that would be great too. We're about 10 or 15 minutes away from the club, so always love to have you in our studio. We're here at Vocal now. It's a great CBS Studios off a major freeway in Dallas, and we'd love to have you come in.
Well, we'd love to. What I do know though is that we fly back on the 2nd, which is the Sunday.
All right, the next day.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And your show goes out on a Sunday, yeah?
Yes. So that's okay. You'll be in town on a Saturday night. That'll be a good crowd, and then you fly out the next day. That's all right.
Yeah, we can come in and see you at the studio the next day before we go, if you like.
That'd be fine. Let's do it Sunday morning before you head to the airport if you've got time.
Sounds awful.
Or maybe what I could.
Right.
Possibly.
Morning drinks, though.
Okay. So here's a question I have, and I'm looking at you two. I know that sometimes here's what we think: the last night of the tour, and is it going to be the wildest, craziest night, or is it the drunkest night, or is it the longest set, or is it the shortest set? What are the rules, or the the informal rules for the last night of the tour?
Well, we'll give it hell. We'll give it hell on stage, as we will every night.
Yeah.
We're going to be well behaved on the tour. Well, I am, because there's, look at it. Well, we got 14 shows in 16 days, so that's going to be pretty grueling and a lot of driving. Yeah. And for me as the vocalist, I've got to look after myself, so I can't really be rocking and rolling too much with with drinking, because that'll just strip my voice out. But the last night, once we finished on stage, I'm going to have a party.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very good.
Awesome.
Very good. Look, if you want a cup of hot tea, we got a coffee bar right around the corner there. And if you want something stronger, I'll take care of you too. But man, great to talk to you guys. Chron Gen is back.
Yeah.
In 2017, they're
Awesome.
coming to Dallas. This is just great news.
The idea that there's new music from Chron Gen now, contemporary music from Chron Gen for as long as they've been at this, it blows my mind.
Let's just play that video. You got to hear this song, Ike.
Let's do this.
I don't know if you've heard Jump, but this is a cool song. You guys just bear with us. We're just gonna play a minute or two here of this video. We love this video.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It starts off like Gas Monkey Live.
We got to hear it too. Are we live on air, by the way, guys?
What's that?
Yes.
We're live on air, are we?
Yes, yeah, we're still live. Yes.
Okay. Hello, anyone listening?
We can't hear the track.
Oh, you got, okay. Okay, all right. Yeah, it'll come back in a moment. Just bear with us just a second, please.
Sure.
All right, guys. Well, actually, we're going to keep rolling. We're in a new studio, and it's given us a slight hiccup on that. All right. Well, again, Chron Gen, hails to you guys, and just keep that punk rock life going. We really appreciate it, and many more years ahead of you, I know. So bring the energy. We'll all be there singing along in Dallas, July 1st.
Thank you, Jay. And,
Absolutely.
Thanks to the others. Well, and thanks for inviting us on this show.
You're very welcome.
It's a real privilege for us.
Look forward to shaking your hand on July 1st. Have a great tour in the USA and everywhere you're playing in the UK, too. So just thanks again, guys. Chron Gen, and the song is Jump. You guys check it out on video or anywhere. We're so glad to have you. Bye for now.
Cheers, guys.
Cheerio.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Looking forward to July
See you
1st.
soon.
Yes, see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Awesome guys.
That's
Awesome
awesome.
guys. Crazy to get to talk to them. That was a pleasant surprise. I didn't see that one coming.
No, I didn't either. They all sound like Billy Idol to me, and I'm not really sure why that is.
Jeremy.
What?
So look, on this show, we support extreme punk and extreme metal.
Oh yeah.
And one of the bands that I like a lot that is in the metal scene is called Behemoth. So I'm reading one of my I'm reading one of my metal magazines, and
I saw them live.
did you Behemoth?
Oh, yes. Ozfest 2007.
Awesome. Great show, wasn't it?
Yes, so good. Ozfest is amazing. Yep.
And so the main man from Behemoth, his name is Nargal. He actually now, there's this article that he's cutting like a country album.
Huh.
But
What?
hold on, this is misleading.
Okay.
You actually
Fake
read
news.
it. You actually read it, and really, it's more of a blues
Okay.
influence.
Okay.
Kind of old style blues and rock
Now
and
that
blues.
I'm
That's
intrigued
real.
with.
So
That's
he
real.
didn't give up
Yeah.
and go country. He went to the blues. Okay.
Right, more blues. So
Okay.
he even mentions Robert Johnson
Okay.
and Buddy Guy and Muddy Waters
Yep.
and as influences.
Ah.
And,
On Why Wouldn't We Radio, we do have a theory, Jay. We'll share it with you, and I'm curious to see. I'm curious to get your take on it.
Right.
We've noticed that sometimes, I mean, obviously, Aaron Lewis of Stained would be an example, not doing the screaming thing anymore. Now he's releasing country albums.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Darius Rucker of Hootie. Now, granted, he was never anywhere near the metal scene.
No.
But still.
Far away.
So there, you reach a point where you give up. And you
give
start making
completely
Christian,
up.
or you start making country music,
Yes.
and then the next step after that
Is Christian.
Yeah,
that's a progression.
Okay. Okay. I disagree with your theory.
You
Okay.
disagree? Okay.
All due
right.
respect.
Okay.
I disagree.
All right.
Okay.
I think it is just metalheads who are investigating their roots, and the roots are all blues. But then they always circle back to metal. Now, Okay, I know my theory doesn't hold for Darius Rucker.
No.
And
Steven Tyler, maybe.
Steven Tyler, maybe. All right. So, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it necessarily is a leap to religious music.
We've seen it happen. I think it's if you're trying to sell records at the end of the day, and maybe you're kind of moving that in that because you're going to be able to. The talent pool is not as great.
You can sell a redemption book.
But I think it's a giant leap. If you go back to your roots and you go back to blues and things like that, that's a heck of a lot different because that's tough and that's great music.
Yeah, we're not criticizing Behemoth at all.
No, Behemoth is great for doing that. I think that's wonderful. But, stay away from country within itself, like especially country now.
Yeah,
country
right.
now is bad.
It's way overproduced.
It is overproduced. There you go. You hit the nail on the head. Too clean. Yeah, and they talk about trucks and drinking beer and fishing, and every
their
single
mom.
one. And their mother,
Mama.
Gotcha. Yeah. But Robert Johnson, as you guys know, actually recorded all of his music here.
Really?
He is such an influence on British musicians, and I see his name again and again in rock articles about various European bands and British bands.
Sure.
They're influenced by him. And then when I talk to these bands, I tell them I walk the same streets that Robert Johnson walked because he used to perform in Deep Ellum, and he recorded on a street 2 blocks, away from Deep Ellum.
Sure.
Recorded all all of his songs.
I didn't know that until just now.
Yeah.
And of course, and that leads us to Satan.
Of course.
Of course.
Because, of course, the myth is that Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But then he hitchhiked to Dallas and recorded everything here. So.
Right.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
So he brought the devil to Dallas. Is it his
Right.
fault?
Not fault. No, we're giving high fives.
Well,
man.
they in the movie "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" That was
Right.
Robert Johnson at the crossroads,
Yes.
and they
Yeah.
picked him up.
You
That's
remember?
it.
You
Of
remember
course.
that?
That's
Yes.
what I do.
That is a great scene.
That's a wonderful scene.
And then what's his name says, "I'm the only one who is not affiliated."
Yes,
'Cause
exactly.
He's the atheist,
Yes.
and the other he's got a Christian, he's got a Satanist.
Yes,
And,
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Absolutely. That's another thing.
Great line.
As far as Deep Ellum and things like that, it was known for its blues music. It was a blues mecca for years and years and
Yes,
years.
it was.
And so I'm happy to see that that's coming back, and you're starting to get back to what Ike likes to refer to as your roots.
Your roots. Your roots are very important to me.
Your roots are important.
I've interviewed a lot of musicians, and somehow that always ends up coming up.
Always.
And for some reason, I think they all those European and British musicians
Sure.
come back to American blues
Yep.
as being their roots, which is so ironic to me.
It is.
It really is. That the heart of the influence on their music is right here in the South.
It's true.
Should have asked Chron Gen if they're going to start that later on in their career.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember having a musical guest on the show
You're
once,
welcome.
and they were asking about David Vincent from I'm drawing a blank, Morbid Angel.
Sure.
And he lives in Austin now and
Okay.
has cut a few country songs. Took a lot of heat for it.
Sure.
But now he's back to Morbid Angel, playing the heavy metal.
I'm quick to give musicians grief whenever they do that, but at the same time, like, I admire the leap. You know what I mean? Exploring your horizons and putting your art out there in one form or another. That takes balls, and good on them for doing that.
Yeah,
I don't
good on
always
them.
hate the country that they come up with when they do that either.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's true. Look, I don't mean to denigrate country music at all. I think there's a lot of good rebel country that speaks to me.
Okay.
It does. Rebel country,
Yeah.
outlaw country,
Yes.
and that's only one parking space away from metal,
It's true.
I agree with that.
in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Hank the Third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Well, I don't know if you knew this. My dad was actually in the late 70s, early 80s, very successful in country music.
Cool.
Yeah. So I kind of grew up around those people, and I grew up around the country music influence, and they're badasses. They don't growl near as much as our scene, but they're cool people.
Look, we need to I think there's a lesson here, isn't there?
Sure.
And I'm guilty, and I just displayed it, I think. But all of us, though, need to be willing to accept I don't know, input, ideas, thoughts, energy from things and people and trends that you don't embrace or even understand.
Sure.
Because everything we know in here might be completely wrong. And I think it makes a more well-rounded person when you are open and not closed-minded, even to music. So,
Yeah, I like
Agreed.
hey, so we've got Why Wouldn't We Radio here. So we got Ike, Jeremy, Ashley. You guys do a Thursday night show at 7:30?
7 o'clock. Yep.
7 to 9.
We just
And-
recently, with some of the vocal media transitions, our show now technically debuts on demand Friday morning, 10 a.m.
Gotcha. So you'll do it Thursday night, and your show will be up Friday morning. Gotcha.
Right.
And
And that's the way we're doing it for now. I'm not sure exactly what the overall scheme as far as the live broadcasts are concerned, but
I like the show.
thank you.
I like the
appreciate
show.
that. We like yours.
And sometimes I just stare, and then I realize I should not be staring at Ashley so much. and then I'm like,
Well, that makes me feel better because they don't like me, so it's nice that other
It's
people
not that
like
we
me.
don't like her. We just don't like when she talks, which is, I guess, against,
no, come
against what we're supposed to be doing on radio.
this is a cool show, and you have. And with one of your card said irreverent, right? We have some irreverent questions. I think you guys talk about the irreverent as well, and I think that's, I don't know, just fun. And I think visual radio should be entertaining.
Agreed.
And you guys bring some funny shows. And part of that is the counseling hour, whatever you call it.
Group
and then
therapy,
group
yes.
therapy, and then Wieners.
Wiener's World.
Wiener's World.
Yes.
Talk current events in
Yep.
Wiener's World.
Well, let's explain why it's called Wiener's World.
Well, actually, my last name is Wiener, so I've always been a Wiener my whole life. So it's only natural that it's Wiener's World.
It only makes sense.
Yes, it only makes sense.
All right. So Ashley digs up these crazy news stories somehow.
She does.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know where she gets them.
It's amazing. We don't either. All of a sudden, it'll come across. She'll shoot us an email, and she's like, "I want to talk about this."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where did you come up with this, Ashley? It's amazing. It truly is. It's a testament. I wouldn't admit it on the show, but it's just amazing what she's able to come up with.
you.
Yeah.
Very
Cool stuff, Ashley.
And on whenever you're actively trying to avoid politics, because at this point everybody's just so browbeaten with the current political climate. You have to sometimes improvise and come up with interesting material.
Trying to navigate around political
Yeah.
stuff is very hard.
Yeah,
It is. It's
Yeah.
a hot topic.
it's true. Yeah, so we make it a conscious effort to be more of a distraction than part of the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Take a break.
But how would you summarize the show if you're describing it to a brand newbie, to turn into Why Wouldn't We Radio?
Oh, Ike's better at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm describing the show, you're going to get a little bit of everything out of Why Wouldn't We Radio. We are three very, very different people from three very different backgrounds, and there's a lot that we agree on, and there's a lot that we don't. For example, art. We don't always agree on art at all. So we have a
fire too.
yeah, we have a segment called the Art Assessment where she will bring forth art and try to convince
Garbage.
us that it is not art.
Okay.
And and I'll go to bat for it usually 9 times
does.
out of 10, and Jeremy's
Even if
somewhere
it's
in the
just
middle.
a red triangles, it's
Well,
all.
and
We'll
so
do-
every perspective is correct.
Right.
We'll do
I think so.
exactly.
As long as they
I
agree
mean,
with me.
You're in the middle.
Yeah.
She's on one side. Ike's on the other. You're in the
I'm
middle.
the mean one in that
She enjoys that role.
She pisses
really
me
do.
off, and she does it on purpose.
Yes. And it's actual anger.
I'm trying to
It's-
piss you off right now too.
Yeah, just talk about art then, and you're good. You're
Talk
all
about
in.
how garbage. What?
Picasso is or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Some of his later work. of
I'm
course.
surprised she hasn't started tearing into Picasso.
Oh, it'll happen soon.
I'm sure it will. No, I mean, so yeah, if I'm talking to a new audience, I mean, I definitely, if you've never seen our show, I encourage you to watch it. We discuss, like I said, we steer away from politics, but we have a segment called Group Therapy in which we focus on things that a lot of people think about but
Yeah, like-
never mention.
Thin privilege is one of our most recent.
Yeah, we've covered that.
Yeah.
We just introduced Conspiracy Corner, where we will break down, like we talked about, whether or not the Earth is flat. It's still a conversation that's happening.
My family and I have that conversation from time to time.
Here, we do have a segment that you were mentioning earlier called Starseed Ascension. We bring on a very good friend of ours named Kevin Estrella. We met him, interviewing him about his music based out of Canada.
Right.
He's in a band called Pyramids on Mars, but he comes on the show and he just nails us with, well, what I'm really most passionate about is UFOs.
Well, hold on. Is this out of the blue?
Well, actually,
on your show?
She knew.
I
What-
knew.
Oh, you didn't.
I actually was the one in charge of getting guests for the show, and I found his podcast, and he was just talking about the UFOs and aliens and extraterrestrial, and I was like, how cool would it be to have him on and not only talk about music, talk about this, and then we had him on the show. They were totally shocked. And I was definitely in on it, and then Kevin just blew us away. And ever since then, we have him on because he's just so interesting. He knows so much.
He knows so much. All right. So a month or two ago, I'm listening, and he describes this plasma craft that hovers in his backyard, and then he's the only one who saw it, and then it flew away. But he was able to confirm it through his buddies or something. And this is a hilarious comedian on your show, and you guys, look, I hope I'm not insulting it. The show, you guys, do you believe him?
He says things that I really, truly, in some part of my brain, believe that he knows about. It's hard to say that I believe personally in extraterrestrials, UFOs, but he is so captivating that you can't help but say, like, he's got to be getting some of that somewhere. He talks to people that are aliens or extraterrestrials in taking human form, and that's what you got to realize about him is that it challenges your own beliefs.
Yeah, and if you really go back to it, Mr. Paint, what you're really looking at
Corpsey
is Corpsey is what you were saying a little bit earlier when we were talking about music, right? It's being open-minded, and the guy is so compelling with what he says and interesting, and our fans just love him.
I love him. I love listening. You're right. I may not be there on the the same, but I love listening to the guy.
Right, and it's and the last one was probably his most compelling of all when he was talking about the Bible and how the Catholic Church was lying,
and then in the clouds were
Objects.
Vatican.
Crafts.
Yeah, within the secret Vatican archives, apparently somewhere along the way, they changed the word object to cloud.
Yes.
And then that
craft. I thought you said craft.
No, it was it was object to cloud.
Yeah, it was object to cloud.
Okay.
So if you replace every word in the Bible with object instead of cloud, you're getting a whole different story, which I found that
I remember listening to that and something did click in my head a little. I gotta confess.
Yeah, that's where you're going. Whoa.
Yeah,
it's not something you would ever really think that you rationally would believe, but then he starts explaining it.
Yes, and then I'm getting my car inspected yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in the place, and they got this big TV on, and it's like covering the exact same thing that your guest was talking about.
Yeah,
all these ancient aliens and the crafts in the sky and all of that. And I'm thinking,
see, he knows everything before it even happens. That's what makes you believe it more. Like he just knows.
Yeah, it's truly amazing.
You've been kind of quiet here, man. I mean, what?
Yeah. Okay. So, as far as UFOs are concerned, I think it's mathematically impossible that we're alone. That's my attitude towards that. I think with the plethora of galaxies and solar systems outside of our own, there's got to be something out there. Okay. Now, have I personally seen or experienced any of what Kevin is talking about? No, absolutely not. But whenever somebody comes at me with that kind of conviction, and somebody comes at me with that kind of
expertise
and passion,
you're right.
You got to take a knee and listen for a minute, and that's what we want to afford him the opportunity to do.
You're right. I stand corrected. I also respect anyone who is coming from conviction and is truly committed to their perspective or view or what have you. I respect it, even if it does disagree with my own.
Sure.
Well, what about you? I mean, what are your thoughts on?
I guess I don't know.
UFOs?
I guess I don't know. I do doubt when someone says only I saw it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. No, I get it. Yeah, and I'm kind of in the same corner as you are on this whole thing, but I just like to hear him talk about it. Yeah. You know, that's my thing.
It's like total engagement takes over the senses.
So high fives to that guy. What's his name?
Kevin Estrella. Yes.
Estrella.
Yeah, you can find him on
pyramidsmars.com.
Yeah, pyramidsonmars.com.
Or Artist First.
There you go.
And he does the UFO show on artistfirst.com.
Very cool. Well, It is interesting to hear him. It is. And you guys are it's cool that you give him a monthly or more often a platform. So.
Yeah, actually, I'll go back to plugging our show for the viewers that have never seen it before. As I mentioned, we just introduced recently Conspiracy Corner, where we're breaking down conspiracies and having fun with that. Kevin, same guy that does Starseed Ascension, he's also very knowledgeable within 9/11 being an inside job and that whole issue. Okay. So we're going to peel that onion here this next week's show.
Okay.
It's going to be very interesting.
We're going to cry.
Okay, couple technical questions. Where do they go to watch your show on Friday morning?
Vocalnow.com.
Okay.
Vocalnow.com.
Gotcha.
It's on
Click
demand
on the
under
cartoon.
Click on your cartoon.
Yep.
No,
Which
Darcy.
looks good, except you're not wearing a hat in the cartoon.
I'm not. Yeah,
And-
I'm not.
But
Really
you
meant to
always
do
wear a
that.
hat.
I know, I do.
But
We need to put that
I
in
still
there.
knew it was you, though.
You knew it was me.
I did,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
He
Yeah.
had his signature pout face, like that.
This is Jeremy's Blue Steel.
I do have blue steel. I
So
have it
maybe,
down.
yeah, there it is right there. If Ziggy can pop it up, that's cool. So, yeah, thanks, Ziggy.
Thank you, Ziggy.
Yeah, the cartoon. Hey, quick shout out, May 13th. Let's see if I can do this right here. May 13th is Deadly Sins Burlesque and Sideshow. Yeah.
Ooh.
At Witch End in Deep Ellum. May 13th. This is kind of a rude poster, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an unusually
What is it?
small
It says
banana.
Something by Satan? What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it's endorsed by Satan.
Oh, endorsed by Satan. I like
it
when
is.
Satan endorses things. It's very polite.
And
of
it's
him to
eating
do.
healthy as well.
Yeah, eating bananas.
Yeah.
No.
Unusually small bananas.
Yeah, it's unusually small. I should know that.
That is coming up
Wandered right into that.
May 13th in Deep Ellum. Yeah,
Be a good time.
yeah.
Be a couple weekends in a row.
Burlesque and Sideshow. Hey, you know what's next
Yeah.
weekend? We're going to Texas Frightmare weekend.
I'm going to that.
Okay, look for me out there.
Yes.
You going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or?
I'm going to try to do all 3 days. We'll see.
Cool. Yeah. And, a lot of cool horror guests and even some metal bands. And
I'm really going there for Norman Reedus, so
fair enough.
yeah. I'm just going to wait for him, so.
Okay.
In the parking
from
lot,
The
she's
Walking
gonna
Dead,
wait
right?
for him.
From The Walking Dead, yes. And
Janie Slash and I have gone to Texas Frightmare Weekend for years, and I remember the first time Norman Reedus was there. There was no commotion about him, and I actually sat next to him and talked a little bit. And Walking Dead had just started,
yeah.
and he was a real jerk character in that first few episodes. And I remember talking about that, and. It was just kind of funny, and now you can't even get near him. It's security guys.
Oh, yeah.
on the line. Oh.
See, I would have been more pumped to meet Norman Reedus after Boondock Saints, personally.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows him as Daryl, and yeah,
You
I'm
don't
just like,
forget
I've been
that
a fan
baby
for
face
long.
he had.
So
Yeah.
Ashley's going to wait in a long line to meet Norman.
I want him to give me a kiss on the cheek,
Ashley's
Oh,
going to catch him in the parking lot.
Yeah, I heard he got
Ashley's
bitten
gonna-
by a fan, so I mean, I'm totally cool with him doing that. He was cool with that, so maybe he'll be cool.
He
if
was
did
cool
that.
with getting bitten.
He was. He's spoken in about an interview on the Jimmy Fallon show, I think. So
You
Yeah.
might. Okay. Are you?
Yeah.
So
you YouTube it. You'll
Going
see
a
him.
very unusual direction.
that's
That's
all right.
cool.
That's what
Frightmare
we're all
weekends.
about. Okay. So look, speaking of conspiracy theories and all of that, I think this is a good time maybe to segue into a topic Ziggy and I have been talking a lot about. In fact, we had lunch earlier in the week, and we were talking about Alex Jones and his divorce proceedings in Austin. Of course, he's right here in Texas. And
Right.
And, you know, I think he's a right-wing nut job wacko. I do, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. I want to be honest with you because we're friends, and I want to be honest with you. And so... But then his spouse, ex-spouse, you know, is testifying that, you know, he's insane. He's never turns it off. He's wild and crazy.
I agree with you completely. If you are in any way, shape, or form being indoctrinated by somebody with those behavioral patterns, when you look on YouTube and you see all of the meltdowns that this guy has, whenever he gets that fired up and angry, he gets red in the face, you think he's going to have a heart attack. I don't think that suggests mental stability.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And now what he's trying to say that is just a character.
It's a character
that he's portraying. Yeah, sure it is.
I honestly believe that it is a character, but I think he has the same problem that Andy Kaufman did. Andy Kaufman was never out of character his entire life.
Yeah. Oh.
So that is the thing. I think that there is the possibility that it is real is so slim to me. Like, I don't want to admit that possibility.
Yeah.
And so on some level, I have to hold out hope that he's a performance artist.
Aw. Well, you know, you have a good point there, though. I mean, a lot of people have that issue.
Do they?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like
back
who?
it up.
Like, yeah, both of you
give us
too.
some examples.
Yeah, back it up.
Like you two.
That's the give up answer.
No, come
like
on.
Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
maybe.
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Jim
So-
Carrey played Andy
All right.
Kaufman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So okay,
Christian Bale.
so Alex Jones, he just that's entertaining to me. And I got to confess to you guys, sometimes I listen to nuts on the radio. I listen to extreme far right wing stations on the radio sometimes, and even very religious programming. And because I laugh at it.
Yes.
So
It's good
all right.
entertainment value.
So speaking of that, can we segue into one of those?
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Certainly,
Okay.
of course.
So Jeremy,
Yep.
what did your card say about demons?
Do they smell bad?
He read with conviction.
Yes, and because I want to know, and in my opinion, from watching Ghostbusters, it is yes.
I'm
Yes, they
super
do.
excited about this.
Did they smell in Ghostbusters?
Well, they always claimed that Slimer did. Like you knew.
Plus, that green stuff is flying out, so it's gotta smell bad.
All right. Okay.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah.
And he had gas.
You're right. So the issue here, though, is not so much demons, but someone who is demon possessed. According to a very popular television evangelical evangelist,
okay.
that if you're possessed by a demon, you smell bad.
Interesting.
So I want you to
Something
come
an
over here and
evangelist would
smell
say.
me. I am kind of sweaty, man.
All right.
Kind of sweaty, man.
Get a good whiff in there.
Tell us.
I'll go smell.
Look, you like my shirt?
Like
Look at it.
inside.
Yeah, this is my. We were
that is
talking
an
about
awesome
Mars
shirt.
earlier. This is for your guest.
Just get in closer. Yeah, on the
there
neck.
it
On the neck.
Okay, so they don't.
Okay, so thank you, Ike, for being a good sport, man. Okay, so the what is the name of this lady, Ziggy?
Joyce Meyer.
Oh.
Joyce Meyer.
Joyce Meyer.
So
Wanna say
she
I've
is
heard of her.
very
Yeah, I've
popular
heard of her.
preacher.
Yes.
She goes on television and says, and we've got this. We'll have this queued up and pull up. And
Okay.
kind of listen to what she says. Okay. And then we shall discuss around the room.
Word of God is a supernatural weapon. It's a spiritual weapon. Words are containers for power. They carry creative or destructive power, positive or negative power. And so we need to be speaking right things over our lives and about our futures if we expect to have good things happen. Because what you say today is what you'll probably end up having tomorrow. So we need to do warfare with words. I believe that praise and worship is warfare. We talked about that last night, how when we are praising and worshiping God, that there's actually an odor that comes off of us that is offensive to the enemy. And I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to smell a demon-possessed person, but I have, and I tell you, it is a stench. And I was thinking about that this morning, and I thought, people that are demon-possessed have an offensive odor to me, and I'm glad that because I am Holy Ghost possessed, that I've got an offensive odor to the devil.
And of course, this is the kind of nonsense.
Okay, now bear with us here. Okay, so we're going to play this kind of low underneath, but let me kind of explain here. This is a religious expert contradicting a religious expert and saying that what Joyce Meyer is saying is not really true. And there is no smell or stench for a demon-possessed person.
Okay.
So which one is it?
Yes, I want to know.
Which one is it? Is it this religious person or is it Joyce Meyer? I mean, she's saying you smell bad if
you're demon possessed, but you also, in turn, though, in her argument, is you also smell bad to the demons. So there's a lot of bad smell. But my theory on Joyce is that she smells like she smokes 3 packs a day, just from that voice.
That's a good assessment, I think.
that is Joyce.
Okay.
Which
Maybe
is not
she's
a holy
smelling
activity.
the marijuana, you know, and she
I
thinks
don't think
that's
marijuana gives you that voice.
Well,
that's Marlboro.
No,
Yeah, it's Marlboro.
I think she's smelling the marijuana, and that's what she thinks smells bad. You know,
the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce. I think that's where she's getting that.
That's where it comes from.
No, I find it very, very interesting whenever two ultra religious people disagree with each other.
That's awesome too.
That is always going to be gold.
Yes.
Now granted, I tend to
verses.
I tend to side with the guy who's like, well, this lady's just a nutcase. I don't quite.
How is he? None.
There's no stench.
None.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So there we go.
So
you heard it here
Either
first.
y'all are both not demon possessed, or it's not true.
Either that, or we're just immune to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're wearing the angel's perfume.
Where did she come up with this?
I
These
don't-
preachers just make up stuff.
They do.
Is my point.
They really do. It's unbelievable. I don't know if you're familiar with a commercial that we've talked about on our show. I'm a night owl, so I stay up late, and typically I'll watch Law and Order. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
It helps me go to sleep.
Yep.
But a commercial came on about an evangelical preacher, and he gives away miracle water. His name is Peter Popoff. Yes, and he literally will send you a vat of his water, and you will get a $30,000, $5,000 check in the mail.
There are multiple testimonies that you can watch where, and it seems to appeal to a specific demographic.
Yes.
And I'm going to say something real quick here. I have a really big theory on televangelists, because eventually, maybe 10 years after they start their career, they end up getting busted for some kind of scam. I think that televangelists are scandals. I think they're fake Christians. I really do. You know, I'm myself am a Christian, and I really very much hesitate to watch them, because I feel like they've radiated some evil on the TV.
No, but Ike, you were in the middle of a point.
Let's see. No, really, it's an amazing marketing tool, because whenever you can have people buying your bottled water because of, not because they need it to drink and live, but because religion, that is an amazing achievement. And I'm not sure whether to applaud him for that or shame him, or both.
Yeah. No, I agree. Or maybe you can rinse in it, and the stench of the demon smell is away.
There you go.
So there's an extra added effect
there you
that
go.
I just made up that I feel like is true.
You know what? We'll add it in.
Right. So you're just like anyone who's on
Right.
television. So there you go.
Yeah, there you
Bake
go.
it in a cake.
But I watch it, same like you, Corpsey. I will watch it and laugh, or listen to it and laugh. I promise
Yes.
you, every time. I saw something on Facebook the other day where there was an evangelical preacher, and he was throwing his Holy Spirit fireballs at people and knocking them down in droves.
Okay. I think I saw that. I think I saw
Did
that.
you see that one too?
Seen that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's his
Yeah.
name? Who knocks over people and yeah.
It was awesome.
They had the guy with the jacket. He's swinging his jacket.
The most powerful jacket.
He's knocking over 5 or 6 people at a time.
He soaked it in miracle pop-off water before.
And that's really the
Okay.
I'll make a That's the sad thing, is because, I feel like religion does have a lot of very positive things to offer people. And it's assholes like Peter Popoff, it's assholes like the jacket guy that turn so many off. Right. You know what I mean? And cost it so much credibility.
Look, there is a guy in Dallas whose ministry fights televangelists. His name is Ole Anthony.
Okay.
And he's the one who brought down a few of the big television preachers in the 80s. Ole is a good guy, and I have had breakfast with him a few times. I like him a lot. Very religious, but we share so much in common because we hate organized religion. And we hate big TV preachers.
Sure.
And he actually was protesting the fact that Paula White, a ultra televangelist, was invited to the inauguration of Trump, right? And Trump has kind of praised her, but I think only because she's able to generate so much cash with her speeches that gullible people send it in.
I agree with that 100%.
So, I don't know.
I'm on that gravy train.
Craziness. And there's so much that we could talk about here. Maybe a future show will just devote it totally to videos of craziness.
That's a great idea.
I enjoy that idea greatly.
Love it.
Just a thought.
That's definitely within our wheelhouse.
Sure.
All right, so want to give a shout out to a magazine I like. It's a metal magazine, guys. And I know you're not reading enough metal magazine.
I need to read more.
I go to Barnes & Noble and read them, so,
That's what I do. This is from Barnes & Noble, and you sit in there and just read it. It's called Zero Tolerance. Big shout out to this magazine. They're from Britain. They always have in-depth articles about good.
I love Britain news and stuff.
Okay, one other thing we do on our show, we all simultaneously commence the black metal pose. Okay, and we'll try and get Ziggy to get all the cameras on us, so just hold the pose a few seconds. It's sort of like this. That's it right there.
It helps you reset.
Ashley, how'd you do?
I carried the baby with me, so.
Can I see it again? Can I see it again? Yes, that's so good.
That screams metal, doesn't it?
It's awesome.
Metal. Look at that face.
Good for you.
Metal.
Thanks.
See, I happen to know a little factoid about Ashley. She is terrified of dolls. So I'm amazed that she's doing as well as she is with one that looks like Satan.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, this doesn't scare me as much as the normal, creepy dolls that I think are very creepy. They're like the American Girl dolls. Those creep me out.
Is it because that one is straightforward and honest about who it is?
It feels like it's misunderstood.
This is like, hey, I'm evil. I don't lie about it.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. I'm evil. Take it or leave it.
And I'm like, okay, you're cool. We can hang out now.
Fair enough.
We love to give shout outs to Satan here on our show. We do. We love it. But you know what? When I listen to far right-wing religious radio, they give more props to Satan than we do.
Yeah.
They're
really
always focused on that guy.
Always.
They just are obsessed with him. They
Yeah.
are. Okay, which leads us to Walpurgis Night. So happy Walpurgis to all you guys. Now, today's April 30th.
Okay.
It's exactly halfway to Halloween.
Yep.
Walpurgis is Witches' Night. It's really the night before spring begins, celebrated in Estonia and Latvia and Finland and Germany and a few other countries right in that area.
This is a big deal.
This is exciting.
It is a big deal.
It's not on our American calendars.
It needs to be, and I think that we should change that.
We should.
We should have a joint party every April 30th.
Petition.org.
Call your congressman.
Well, the one thing about Walpurgis Night is we need a big fire. So it needs to be done outdoors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why not in studio? I mean, just set an arm on fire or something,
You said a big fire.
Yeah, just. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, big fire. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Halfway to Halloween. I didn't realize that.
We're
That's
exactly halfway. It's Walpurgis Night, the night before. Now, traditionally, May 1st in a lot of European countries is designated as the beginning of spring.
Okay.
May Day, also a big celebration. But Walpurgis Night, April 30th, and they're celebrating right now in all those countries.
I bet that's amazing parties.
Especially in Germany.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking.
Yes.
And really, it's for pagans. It's for earth people. It's for people who are earth-based religious. And they just celebrate the beginning of spring. It's a cycle of the season. It's
interesting.
Wow.
Popular among Wiccans, I'm assuming. Okay,
Yes.
makes sense.
I actually studied Wiccanism, and it's actually a really cool religion. Just just all the stuff that they believe in, the rule of three, all of that. It's just really interesting to me coming from a different religious background. So
see, she's exemplifies what we discussed earlier, keeping your mind open to things.
Absolutely.
And I got to do better on that myself. I do. I think we all, especially with social media, we get stuck in our own little topic bubble.
Sure.
And we don't really listen to voices outside of our own echo chamber. And we tend to only read stories that enhance our own beliefs. And I think that social media has more to offer if we sometimes step out into other groups and just us jointly doing the show together. I mean, let's share the fact that we're on a great network. We all have, we have different show, different perspectives, but you have an interesting show. I hope we do too.
Absolutely. Yeah. An amazing
let's work
show.
together, man.
Absolutely. No reason not to. No reason not to. We would love to have you as a guest on our show.
Absolutely.
Come on our turf, man. That's it's we have a great time, and you're exactly the kind of guest that we're looking for.
We also celebrate bad movies.
Oh,
yeah.
So
yes.
I'm going to toss this to you, and I want you to read a little about our VHS here.
Oh,
we're retro here.
Oh, that's the best way to be.
We're retro VHS, man.
Oh, that's perfect.
That is great.
I actually have a VHS player, so it's all good.
What is it? What is it?
All right, so we have on VHS Decapitated.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
I'm
there are
so happy right now.
a couple of young ladies in their bras, of course, in high-waisted jean shorts. Looks like they're, and of course, there's a
80s
machete.
style.
I would say early 90s.
They're being threatened by a machete.
They look slightly scared.
A gentleman, Kurt Cobain looking fella here. He's wielding an arm like a weapon.
Okay, yeah, show it to the camera there. Yeah.
There's the cover.
Is this a porn by chance or no?
I don't think it's a porn.
No.
It probably loosely.
No.
It's either the best porn or the worst.
Or the
either way, this is going to be a great film.
Okay,
great movie.
so you know from the title, Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
Decapitated.
Yes.
First off, the best movies are girls who go to camp.
Every time.
Right.
Every
and then
time.
what happens at camp? The killer appears, right?
Out of nowhere, and you can't get away from them.
And he only attacks when they're in their underwear in the cabin.
And partying. There's sex involved at some point.
Yep.
He has to at least
Somebody goes to the bathroom. And
They never come back.
Never.
Well, they go in groups, so they're going to get two at a time. So
Sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing, though. When you're in a camp and you're partying, why do you wander off by yourself?
Because girls never do that normally.
Never. They
No.
always travel in
We go
herds.
in groups.
In packs.
And then we do our makeup
Yes.
and stuff together and talk about, life.
What do you
Stuff.
do in the bathroom all together?
That's a good question.
There's a lot of secrets
Oh,
that
boy. Okay.
women cannot tell.
Can you tell us a little
Okay.
bit about it?
It's very fun.
But in horror movies, when they're in the woods, it's always a lone girl who goes
Every time. Yeah, every time.
Yeah,
I don't know why that is, other than it's just lazy writing. But I am getting a kick out of the.
Yeah, read us the premise.
Yeah, I'm going to read you the premise.
Okay, go for it.
We don't care if you screamed last summer. This summer,
This
you
must be a sequel.
you will be decapitated.
Boom.
The trauma team is proud to the trauma team.
Trauma.
That's what they call themselves. Is proud to present Decapitated, the most insanely entertaining horror film ever created.
Yeah.
It is.
From director D. Matt Cunningham and producers Carolyn C. Miller and Eric Garner.
Yeah.
Even though they know very little about camping, 7 unsuspecting friends decide to take a vacation in the wilderness, winding up unsuspecting friends.
Did they not suspect to be friends, or
I'm not sure what they weren't suspecting,
They
but
definitely were suspecting something,
yes.
which is decapitated.
They decide to take a vacation in the wilderness, winding up in the infamous haunted woods of Decamp Acres.
Well, of course it's infamous.
The bloody fun begins when the decapitated crew start to die at the hands of a mysterious killer. Bang your head against the screen as the flesh flies to the beautiful soundtrack, which includes music from H2O, Strive, Coalesce, Hatebreed, and many more.
All
right.
Hatebreed.
Hatebreed.
Yeah, I'm a Hatebreed fan.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, so we have another movie on our shelf. I ought to bring it in. It's called The Wood Chipper Massacre.
Oh, that sounds great too.
And they all go camping, but there's this random wood chipper guy who's chipping
Throws
wood.
in the wood
That's
chipper.
the best death
Throws
ever.
someone in the wood chipper.
Yes.
So good.
The
so good
last
death.
though,
You ripped off Fargo.
Yeah, no. And what about Dell and Tucker versus Evil?
That one.
Yes.
Similar to that.
Yes,
Yeah.
just awesome.
Mistakenly, she's thrust
Always.
into the wood chipper.
Always.
It's a terrible way to go.
Hey, decapitated! Ike!
There it is.
Oh no, the baby!
Nailed the baby!
Oh, no.
Oh, the baby is upset.
Yeah, I'm just now getting a good look at this baby's face.
Yes, you are.
Oh, brother. See?
there
I'm
you
sorry
are.
about that.
No worries.
Yeah.
What do we got
See?
here?
Okay, let's see if we can get the camera back because I knocked it over.
my
And the baby.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Can we see Ike?
There it is.
That was exciting.
So my thing is, you said 7 people. I'm going to guarantee that one lives. And it's probably the unassuming female, the virgin kind of female. That's typically how those things go.
Do you want this?
The unassuming.
Well,
That's the
you.
decapitated.
That's decapitated.
I think that's decapitated.
My camera got knocked out. It got decapitated.
Well, we're on camera now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Said my face
You are.
is partially
I can
out.
see, I
We're
can
all
see
good.
you.
Yeah.
No, but you're right, Jeremy. It is usually the the innocent, unassuming young virgin.
Yes.
You're just expecting the worst things to happen throughout the entire film.
Mm-hmm.
Gah. Okay, so
Kind of hoping for it.
we're retro here, so we toss VHSs around in our studio, don't we?
We do.
Here's one other thing we do retro. We play cassette tapes.
Ooh,
Yes.
I
Yes,
like
we do.
that.
Hey, so I'm going to give Ziggy a new one. Look, I got this cool set.
Oh.
I like that.
Came delivered to my front door.
Nice.
And we're going to hand Ziggy this cool black
Ooh, this
metal
reminds
tape.
me of that Rob Zombie movie, Lords of Salem, when they play that old school, and it kills all.
As a host,
demonic
how
and
did you
crazy
feel about
awesome.
Lords of Salem? I'm assuming you saw it.
Not a huge fan.
Really?
I thought it lacked some energy, and I just
breaks
wanted
Ike's
more.
heart.
Yeah.
It was. You loved it.
No,
He's
I'm
a
not gonna
huge
say,
Rob Zombie.
I
I
am
am
a huge
too.
Rob
I
Zombie
love
fan.
Rob. I was disappointed it was not as good as the other stuff he's done, so I will agree
Wasn't quite
with
as
that.
extreme, was it? It was more
It did
atmospheric.
scare me a little bit, though. A little bit, just I was falling asleep.
Some of those
and-
last scenes will get in your head for a minute,
Yeah.
but overall, it was kind of it was low energy. I was curious, like I said, because of the radio implication. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to imagine that kind of scenario.
I think he was trying to do a little bit of a Ty West sort of slow burn.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just not his best way of doing a movie.
Yeah, well, it's hard to really embrace that with contemporary film. When you start talking about classics like Vanishing Point and all of that, like that's what it was, so you accept it, but that's not how we do things anymore. We're going to have film talk here soon.
I want you to read the title of this. This is the box I got delivered to my house.
Oh, so people just deliver like boxes with cassettes to your house?
I paid for it and ordered it.
Oh,
They just don't show up to his house
Like,
and leave boxes.
little.
That would be a great story within
That
itself.
would be.
Our show's not that big. I have to pay for everything.
I would like to say leprechauns, something like that.
So this is a badass band, I think.
Satan endorses it.
From Finland, I think. Heteroartsen? Heteroartsen, yeah.
Uprising of the Fallen, that's who we're hearing now.
Is there a subscription box for Evil's
And look-
cassettes?
And look what came inside. You get the CD, and you got the cassette tape,
That's
and
a
you got
really
this
cool
little necklace pendant.
Wow.
Ooh. Oh, let me see.
It came with a little flag banner too.
They hook you up.
Yeah. So do they do this? Do you get this monthly from these guys? Or
No.
how does it work?
I
Whenever you like it.
yeah. Well, I order from select sites
Right.
whenever there's something real interesting.
That's really cool.
So
Oh, this is super cool.
Yeah, I know. I can see you wearing that pendant.
see, our
pretty
feeling,
sweet,
guys,
though.
is that the world needs more black and extreme metal, and I say that because we think that it's healthy to get it out. Because if you're screaming along to the song, That's therapy.
Absolutely.
My opinion.
My screams don't sound nearly as metal as I'd like them to sound.
Well, for God's sake, you saw her black metal face earlier, so.
Yeah. So what we need to do is teach Ashley to lower her voice 1 octave while screaming. So let's practice that.
Oh.
Okay, so do a deep, deep growl scream for us, Ashley.
Please.
Now we're going to lower your normal voice by 1 octave.
Okay.
We'll lower it 1 octave, please.
So let's hear what that sounds like.
Please.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I think there's some more inside that could come out.
no, that was
I
all
do
coming
too.
from the throat. None of that was coming from in here.
Yeah, we need a visceral thing.
Again, coming from the throat.
Well, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. You could be metal.
There we go.
That was good.
Awesome.
It was good. It was on the
Yeah,
spot.
that
I'm
sounds
proud of
good.
you. It's very good. But
Thank you for being a good sport.
Didn't
We put her
even
on the
rehearse.
spot.
We
We
did.
did.
And she did very good with that. I'm proud of her.
My big baby helped me, so good luck, charm.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you doing that. We put you on the spot, and you came through.
Thank you for complimenting my screams, growls. Thanks.
Yes, you got it. I'm looking at you, Ashley.
Beautiful.
Okay, this is another band that's coming to town.
All right.
Like,
Who we
this
got?
is another band that's coming to town soon.
Let's see who we got. Let's see here. Evergrey.
Evergrey. Now, they're more power metal. Power metal meaning some clean vocal singing a la Dio style, maybe Dio style.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I like it when they mix the clean vocals with the guttural. Summing up Evergrey's new album, The Storm Within. Quick and to the point, the band is celebrating the 20th anniversary with the strongest album of their career. So
there you go.
That's exciting shit, man.
Strong.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware about Storm Within.
Evergrey.
When are they? What's the date here? September 9th? Nope, that's 2016.
No, it's coming up like it's like later this month, I think, or no, in May. I mean,
May. Well, basically May, right?
It's later. Yeah, I think it's later in May, but I'm not sure the exact date.
Okay.
But check out Evergrey on Facebook, and it'll have their dates. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we like Evergrey.
Absolutely.
Power metal.
Power metal.
We just like extreme anything, punk and metal. And although, and what we discovered on this show is that the musicians behind this music are very nice people. And they tend to be very soft-spoken or even genteel.
Very down to earth.
That's amazing whenever you talk to them and you see that.
It is.
Wow.
It is. But they write songs about Satan.
Yeah.
But when they meet you and talk to you, very down to earth and nice.
Sure.
True.
I know. I think it's a common misconception that because of the music that they're going to be intense and
or like part of a militia or something.
right, part of the militia.
They ain't. So we're just trying to get the word out that hey, metal might have something to offer you.
Right.
Even briefly.
Well, and that kind of starts treading into territory that I've been passionate about for a long time, and that is the assumption that tattoos and piercings and long hair and excessive facial hair, that it makes you a less valuable citizen. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? Like it affects job interviews. It affects your overall, society's perception of you. And I don't know where that comes from because literally everybody that I know personally with long hair, tattoos, that kind of look, they're all very cool people.
Yeah.
Very down to earth, very reasonable and qualified. And I don't. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, and it fits into that again, the misconception that if you're in a black metal band, you're a terrible person.
True.
So,
I think metalheads these days tend to be healthier, more conscious about their themselves and others around them. They're part of a brotherhood and sisterhood. Is that a little bit too loud to you guys?
No.
That back? Okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, this is good.
We're good.
yeah, it's cool.
Zig's got it.
And, we had a guest on remember we were talking about this, Ashley. We had Alice Cooper's daughter on last episode. It was so
Calico,
cool.
yeah.
And you were even mentioning Mosh Fit.
Yeah, Mosh Fit. I was like super into that. Yeah, I want to try that out.
As a workout regimen.
Yeah.
Kind of like getting in the mosh pit. It's exercise, right?
It is.
Imagine it. See, I've never heard of this as being an exercise.
And now Mosh Fit, it's
in New York.
Started in New York.
Really?
We need it here, don't we? But
yeah.
But it's at a gym you would have a exercise regimen of doing a circle pit.
That's awesome.
would
Wouldn't work well next to a yoga
really
studio.
Sweaty too.
In any way, shape, or form. That would be funny.
So remember, if you're in the pit and someone smells bad,
demon.
They're not a demon.
Not
they're
a demon.
just sweaty.
Man,
Jeremy, just came back
I know.
From a mosh
Short-term
pit
memory
class.
loss. Forgot.
Oh man.
They're just sweaty. Okay,
Just sweaty.
It's a workout.
Not a demon.
Or maybe they haven't showered or something.
Good chance of that.
Yeah, or that. You can throw in that.
Yeah.
Look, we give shout outs to the bands who tour this country and drive all the way across Texas or all the way across the United States. And sometimes, and I have talked to bands, they say, man, I'm glad you didn't get in real close to that picture because we've been in the van for 3 days and haven't had a shower yet, and occasionally that will happen. So.
That's life on the road, brother.
That is life on the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Woo! So why wouldn't we radio Thursday nights? Well, it's your show, but watch it on Friday. It's up on Friday morning.
It's up on Friday morning now, yeah.
At Vocal Now.
VocalNow.com. It's available 10 a.m. Friday mornings now. By 10, it's not impossible it'll be up before then.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're committing to is check us out at 10 Friday morning. Yeah. End your week on a high note.
Mm-hmm. We've got a lot to offer at Vocal Now.
We do.
Really do.
VocalNow.com, and you've got the Zoo Station, of course. We've got other Texas music, and other. I'm finding new things on there all the time.
Yeah.
The Comedy Channel and various this and that.
The X, alternative type music.
Yep. Bunch of podcasts. It's awesome.
A lot of really good podcasts. Libby Hunt has a very good movie review.
Yeah.
Libby's Movie Hunt.
Libby's Movie Hunt.
So she does that on Friday, which is just perfect timing for the new weekend releases.
Exactly.
So, have you had her on your show?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
seems very interesting and knowledgeable.
She is. Yeah, she absolutely is. No, it's always she and Kevin are great. Always a very knowledgeable approach to films, and they're honest. That's what I like most about it, is they're not going to go one way or the other with the way the critics are going, because that's what so many people do. It's like, I won't like a movie because it's not popular to like it, but they're honest.
Good,
I think that's
good.
refreshing.
And I think you guys are honest on your show.
Yeah.
We are.
And sometimes brutally honest towards Ashley. You got to be nice to her, man.
Well, we know. We try. It's something we're working on.
We're going to sensitivity training.
We need to go into group therapy right now for Jeremy on this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Group therapy for that.
Hey, guess what we got?
Leeches.
Yes.
Leeches.
I was hoping we were gonna
Are
get
they
to this.
any way related to leeches? Leeches, like the fruit?
No.
No.
See,
okay.
and you asked us not to be hard on Ashley, and she hits you with a joke like that.
Yeah, that's the jokes that we deal with.
Oh,
Week in
totally
and
fine.
week out.
Come on. Come on. Without Ashley, I don't know if I'd watch the show, guys.
Oh, you see that?
That's
we know
fair.
that, and that's the reason we keep her on.
Okay.
We just have to threaten her that she won't be, so she at least brings her A game.
I tried.
We got to keep Damocles hanging her over the head.
So when you bring up leeches, I actually got a Rambo scene in my mind. First Blood 2, when they catch him, the Russians do, and they put him down in the water, waiting for the Vietnamese folks catch him, and then wait for the Russian counterparts to come interview him, and they pick him up, and he's got leeches all over his body, and they cut it off, and it's awesome.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. So let me get the jar. Ike, you're first. Just kidding, man.
Oh, I was like, okay. I mean, why not?
I would be first.
Okay, so look, I didn't even tell Ziggy about this. But I don't know if he can maybe find it, the most recent article, but did you know leeches are now used in medicine
Detox.
in America
Yeah.
because they're so effective bloodsuckers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I actually was aware of that a couple of years ago. They started doing the testing, and apparently can really help with like blood purification and things of that nature.
It's amazing.
And severed limbs. Now,
Yes.
okay, I mean this in a serious way.
Sure.
Hold up the limb, please, Ashley.
Oh, okay.
You got two of them in front of you, I think. So
I'll hold up both of them.
yeah. So
Bigger one.
okay, there you go, Ike. You've got a leg. Okay. If you happen to have a severed limb,
If you happen to have one.
to have
Find
a
yourself
severed
in
limb.
this situation.
Apparently, leeches are used on the severed limb to, I don't know, it's got to be drained to blood level the right way.
It probably sounds right.
For it to be reattached.
Ah,
So I didn't
really?
realize that. Oh, wow. That makes sense, though.
Now, I may not be completely accurate on these facts and need to research it further, but,
Sure.
but that's my understanding.
Wow.
So look at Ashley. She's now got 4 hands in front of her.
Yeah.
And,
I feel very comfortable
and
here.
Jeremy, so that's 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but also in Russian medicine, they're used as a treatment for various ailments because they're very effective at the venom is effective at,
Yeah.
at I don't know what exactly they do, but
Poison.
yeah.
Yeah, who was that famous Russian that got killed like 10 times?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That is Rasputin.
Rasputin. There you go.
He could have used some leeches.
Thank you, Ziggy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so isn't this funny?
Yeah.
I'm going to connect the dots. That the Corpsepaint Show, number 1, has dead people everywhere.
Right.
Number 2, we're retro like VHS cassette tape retro.
Right.
Right on.
And
Yeah.
leeches are circling back. Do you connect all the dots, guys?
Hold on.
Oh,
Give me a second.
Let me connect it.
VHS, leeches, and
Fear Factor?
All I'm saying, no,
dead people.
no, sorry, nothing like that. All I'm saying is that we seem to sometimes go retro on everything,
Yeah.
That is true.
even medical practices.
That's
Oh,
so cool.
okay.
Yeah.
It is
Okay, I see
found.
what
It
you're
is
saying.
found that leeches are extremely effective in certain situations for medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought their usage of leeches had been retired centuries ago. Interesting, they're making a comeback.
Isn't
It
that
can
cool?
happen for
Leeches come
anybody.
back.
They at one
So-
point tried to use them for getting out fat deposits, but that didn't work out so well.
Interesting.
They also use maggots for
Yeah.
for limb reattachment because maggots only eat dead tissue.
Yep. I knew that. I heard about that. Okay.
Oh.
Do you have a leech story pulled up, or am I seeing?
I think it's the one that. I think this is the one you were talking about. It's a New York Times story on the use of leeches in Russian medicine.
Pop that up. Yeah. In Russia, yeah, they're using leeches. So, here's my prediction, and I want all of us to have a prediction today about something.
I can do that.
My prediction is that vampire cults,
Yep.
vampire groups,
Right.
vampire groups.
Yep.
Okay, we've had them on our show.
I already
actually.
agree.
Oh, nice.
Vampire groups are going to start embracing leeches as fellow members of the group because they're so effective at sucking blood.
Yeah. And
Oh,
it's
So
like a-
they'll be like, we'll go to a party, you'll see a leech wearing a top hat or something, and it'll be welcomed in the vampire community.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
my
that
prediction.
is.
My
There's
prediction.
no reason
They're
that
like
will not
little
work.
baby vampires. You know?
The vampire community should embrace leeches
I
as
agree with
fellow
you.
vamps.
Should make a push
Yeah.
for
Let's
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Let's make that
Be the
happen.
mascot.
Let's make that happen.
Should have a flag with a leech on it.
I'm that guy at the party where I'm like, let's commit.
Let's commit. Here, wear this little bow tie and this top hat.
And this top hat. Now watch how quickly you're
Good
accepted.
looking leech.
So we're all going to make a crazy prediction, including Ziggy. So think about it for a moment, because we're going to go around the room
Oh,
and
goodness.
a crazy prediction about anything. The other thing I predict is that pretty soon there won't be cars.
Oh.
My prediction.
Interesting.
That's
No
a good
cars.
prediction.
Either driverless cars or no cars, and that we will just transition to bicycles and other things.
Go back to that.
That'd be interesting.
My prediction.
I can see that.
It'll be trains or bicycles. Yeah.
Well, they are building a lot of those high-speed trains now, big time, that are coming out. They're supposed to have one that they're talking about going between Dallas and Houston, in like 20 minutes or something crazy like that.
I have heard about that. I'm pumped about that.
And that's happening. And as far as the driverless cars, it's happening in San Francisco right now.
It's happening now. But let me just clarify. Uber would still be around.
Right.
But we wouldn't need cars. We'd have Uber or a bicycle.
Right.
My prediction. Crazy
like
prediction, but
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Yeah.
Feels unstable to me though.
I see where you're coming from, but at the same time,
he might want a motorized bike.
I need a motorized
bike.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't like to work too hard.
You want a Vespa?
A Vespa.
A Vespa.
That is what I need.
Yeah. He wants a moped.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ashley,
We'll all throw
crazy
in.
prediction about anything.
I think that eventually the world will have not food will become a thing of the past, so that we all are in our our most healthy, and they're going to be like little sticks, like little protein nutritional sticks that will taste like your favorite food. So like we don't have to eat like normally like we do now. So like you can have a steak dinner and like a protein bar, you know.
I see that trend towards that. Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I like that.
What evidence are you operating off of that suggests
she's
that?
making a prediction.
They started about printing food.
There's protein bars now.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nothing. You've seen Black Mirror.
I have seen.
I think also it's like astronaut food. It's just
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all are transitioning into a healthier lifestyle. They did the food sucker thing where you stick a little bag here where it pumps the food out of you. You know, they did that to prevent people from, gaining weight, and now I feel like they're going to go into this, so we all become.
It's true.
Yeah. This seems easier.
Yeah, that way you're able to eat.
Gin and Craig.
And then you basically suction it out of yourself
immediately
before you're able to digest it. It's stupid. I know it's dumb, but that is a medical thing now that exists. We reported on that, I guess.
Yeah.
That was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I still remember things like that though.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's
Still
okay. All right, I'll run with you on that.
So we've got Jeremy and Ike and Ziggy left. Crazy prediction about anything.
Let me think. I don't know. I think I'm going to make a specific prediction.
Okay.
Oh.
I believe in the year 2021, Tom Cruise will win an Academy Award.
Oh, no.
We knew it'd go back to entertainment. This is his topic. 2021.
2020. No, honestly, have you seen the movie Idiocracy at any point?
Nope.
You need to see it. It is absolutely amazing, and it's
so real now.
It's scary how real everything is going as far as the dumbing down of the world.
Oh yes.
And I see us at some point. And another great thing to watch if you haven't is Black Mirror. And it
heard so many good things about that show.
Sit down and watch it.
It is right up your alley.
Wait! I watched the first episode.
Oh, you with the
yes?
with the pig?
She was her score kept dropping.
No, okay, that's season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was going to be the prediction I'm going to make. I really truly believe that it's your whole life is going to be rated by your social media presence.
Right.
I really, and that's a sad thing.
That is an interesting prediction and maybe accurate.
Or Tom Cruise, 2021.
Gotcha.
One of the two.
So
Yeah.
So he's offering 2 up, guys.
There we go. 1 up.
There you go. Well, yeah, I mean, as far as the Tom Cruise thing goes, I mean, Kevin has already warned us many times over on our show that the world's going to hell in a handbasket over the course of the next 5 years. So Tom Cruise winning an Academy Award fits right in.
He's coming out with the Mummy.
He's got
If he wins one for that, I'll die.
I was going to say Godzilla versus
anything. I like Godzilla versus anything.
King Kong is 2021.
Godzilla versus King Kong. That's a good one.
You're right.
You should patent
Ask
that.
Libby about that. She probably knows.
Yeah, she does. We'd love to go to Libby about that. All right, Ike, what you got?
All right, so for me, I'm going to say within the next 5 years, you're going to see a significant decline in network TV.
Oh, yeah.
I think network TV is going to take a massive, massive hit continually as things like Netflix, as things like Hulu, Vocal, as things like this continue to start taking over and dominating. People are going to be able to choose what they want to watch when they want to watch it.
Right.
So there's going to be no need whatsoever for ABC and NBC unless they want to just continue generating shitty content.
Or even ESPN.
Yeah,
is
and
just
that's going away,
Going
and
away.
it's getting
Yeah, it is.
drilled right now, and it's very interesting, and especially we're going to find the outcome of the writers' strike tomorrow. And so if they strike, and if you guys remember back in 2007 when the writers had their first big strike, that's when Netflix and Hulu started gaining market share because they didn't have to have that written content, even though I believe the network TV written content's garbage. But I agree with Ike. I think in the next 5 years, and you can make the same argument for terrestrial radio.
You can.
It's going that way too.
Oh, yeah.
Terrestrial radio, good point.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
Good point. We need to be able to listen to it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anytime.
And the cars are now, new cars are coming out with what is it, Bluetooth
Bluetooth.
Yeah,
ability.
smart cars.
Yeah, so you could conceivably drive across Texas
Right.
for hours and hours and hours listening to Why Would We Radio.
That
And
is
the
exactly
Corpsepaint
right.
Show,
Or
yeah.
Corpsepaint.
Back to back.
There you go.
There we go.
No, and that is, it only makes sense. You know what I mean? That is the process of evolution, especially within entertainment. You've seen it. I mean, there was a time in the 80s, when I think after midnight, that they wouldn't play anything. They'd play the national anthem, and then you'd see static for 8 hours.
Yeah, it was as early as the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a sign of how far we've come.
Yeah. And
Which
you know,
is, it's all good stuff for us, right?
Yes. You're right. It has changed so much like that, and then we'll get to Ziggy's prediction here in a moment. But we were talking to this punk band, right?
Right.
They emerged. It was called the second wave of punk, which was, Sex Pistols in 77-ish.
Right.
And then the second wave came in the very late 70s, early 80s, and they were part of that, Chron Gen, right?
Yeah.
And so what the Sex Pistols always said is that the frustration they had in working class Britain at the time was nothing on television after midnight. They would play the British national anthem and then static. And so they were young, energetic, creative, and restless.
Yep.
And bored.
And bored.
And the economy sucked.
Right.
And so from that birthed a cultural movement that has been the biggest cultural change in our lifetime.
Absolutely.
And that is punk.
Yeah.
All hails to Chron Gen, Sex Pistols, and all of those innovators that got bored and angry and restless.
And changed music.
And changed music.
Because of it.
And changed me. And think about every teenager now who walks into, I don't know, Hot Topic or somewhere, they're influenced by those originators.
That's
in their
true.
clothing, in their style, in their
Right.
talk, in their music, and everything.
Oh, man, you and I could have Hot Topic talk.
Okay.
Pockets.
And we can talk Hot Pockets,
Over
too,
Hot
if you
Pockets.
choose.
Yes.
No, because that there's been such a significant change in Hot Topic and what it used to mean and what it means now.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to get your thoughts on that. That's probably for a whole nother show.
Yeah, we need to start a Corpsepaint Show shop with all kinds of evilware or I don't know.
Ooh, that would be
yeah.
cool. I'd love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So we got Ziggy. All right, I always love getting your thoughts on things.
I think that automated labor machines are going to wreck the American economy and spike unemployment rates. I think because of that, there's going to be a second drug war. Incarceration rates are going to skyrocket in America. And I think that by the end of his career, Alex Jones will probably win a Pulitzer Prize.
I love that prediction. That is amazing.
Oh,
I
that's
felt like
great.
both Ike's and Ziggy's is really on point, for sure.
Well, Ziggy, if they start getting out of control and affecting the economy with the work machines, we're
Work
just going to
machines.
deport them. That's the American way. We're just going to kick them over the wall.
Yeah, how do we get them over the wall if we want them out?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out when we get
Yeah.
there.
Okay, all right.
We're going to download them into the
Again.
inner core of the earth.
The American way.
I don't know, man. We live in a new America,
Yeah.
don't we?
We do.
And we live in a new America, and it's just I'm not sure exactly how I fit in anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not.
We feel the same way.
yeah, it's absolutely 100% true, man. Again, I guess it's instinctive for me to avoid politics, but I could have hit you with several predictions from a political standpoint. But yeah, from that perspective, maybe that's a conversation from another show.
Another show. Hey, so we've got Ike, Jeremy, Ashley Wiener, because she does wieners
Wiener's World.
World.
Wiener's World. Wiener's World.
So watch for Wiener's World every Friday morning now for the episode on vocalnow.com, along with Why Wouldn't We Radio, the whole team. And you guys have a great show on Thursday, man. And,
Thank you.
A lot of fun. Let's do it again.
Let's do this.
Absolutely.
I love being irreverent and crazy and wild. And we got to say so long. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paint. We appreciate it.
Corpsey.
Woo!
Thank you, America.
Black metal.
Ah, ah, ah.